Good afternoon and welcome back to RMU Live for Monday, September 9th, 2014. I'm Hannah Smith.
And I'm Victoria Lomax. Here's what's happening now.
Every year, RMU Dining gets a makeover. What's new this year? Our own Eddie Sheehy has the answer.
A new school year means lots of new changes for Robert Morris. And while many of those changes probably go unnoticed by students, the one that is definitely very recognizable by students are those changes made to RMU dining services. The most notable changes to any of the food areas on campus occurred in the PNC Colonial Cafe with the addition of the Colonial Carvery, bento bowls, and bada bowls, each of which replaced a former station.
I like the bottle bowls, but they don't give you as big a serving. I have to order like 2 different bowls to actually meet the same.
My new favorite is the bottle bowl because I love pasta and there wasn't a constant pasta dish.
The decisions on what to add and what to replace throughout all of RMU dining services was taken into consideration through a series of meetings that brought student and food service dining employees together to talk about what changes would benefit campus the most.
We meet every year. We have a student dining committee that we meet with every 2 weeks. But the student dining committee definitely generates ideas for us. They're our pulse on campus of what seems to be going well, what improvements we'd like to see. So we take that all into account during our planning.
And while these changes are a step in the right direction, students on campus still seem to be asking for one more thing.
Maybe some more healthy options. A lot of the times we have a lot of fried stuff.
The food isn't as fresh. I feel like sometimes they just reuse it and just like reheat it up.
While many students are sad to see some of their favorite RMU dining services go away, these new options do look very promising and should do a good job of taking the place of the past favorites. Reporting outside the cafeteria, I'm Eddie Sheehy for RMU Live.
Thanks, Eddie. Remember that all dining area hours can be found in your student planner or at rmu.edu.
Last Thursday kicked off the monthly Global Get-Togethers. Helena Van Hale, the new Media Arts Department head, was honored at the event for her time spent in the Global Engagement Office. Professor Jim Vincent also presented the 2 visiting Rooney Scholars from Africa and Russia. The NATO summit concluded in Wales this weekend with world leaders discussing the 2 big issues of the week, the ceasefire in Ukraine and the deadly threat of ISIS. CNN reporter Tori Dunnan has more from Washington.
Marked the start of a ceasefire between Ukraine and pro-Russian rebels.
The announcement about the ceasefire is good news. I think we need to look carefully about whether it is a ceasefire or whether it also includes a commitment, as I understand it might, to make real progress on a proper peace plan. And we need to look at the detail of that to make sure that happens.
They're also finalizing a new round of sanctions from the EU and US to keep up the pressure on Russian President Vladimir Putin, who's accused of supporting the rebels.
Russia's aggression against Ukraine threatens our vision of a Europe that is whole, free, and at peace.
This ceasefire comes after months of intense fighting between Ukraine and the separatists. Also topping the agenda at NATO, ways to stop the brutal violence by the terrorist group ISIS in Syria and Iraq.
There's great conviction that we have to act as part of the international community to degrade and ultimately destroy ISIL.
President Obama says there's a unanimous vision from NATO countries to come together and defeat the militant group.
What we can accomplish is to dismantle this network, this force that has claimed to control this much territory so that they can't do us harm.
He added the U.S. will not put boots on the ground in Syria, saying the U.S. will have to find partners to engage directly with ISIS. In Washington, I'm Tori Dunnan reporting.
Problems still pose a concern as shelling hit 2 key cities in eastern Ukraine on Sunday, intensifying fears that the ceasefire may fall apart. Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko has ordered to secure the defense in Mariupol with rocket launchers, tanks, and air cover.
Hundreds of kids and teens across the 10 states are being reported coming down with a respiratory virus so severe it's sending kids to the hospital. The enterovirus 68, first reported in the 60s, presents with intense cold-like symptoms. children with asthma and allergies are presenting with the most severe symptoms. 15% of cases have been sent to the intensive care unit.
2 vehicles were involved in a serious accident near Seneca Valley High School earlier today. The crash happened near the intersection of Seneca Valley School Road and Hartman Road. According to officials, a tractor-trailer overturned on top to a pickup truck, and there was heavy entrapment.
Tomorrow, Apple will be streaming a live keynote on their website at 10 a.m. Details on what is actually being discussed are unknown at this time. There is speculation that the new iPhone 6 will be released based on the release dates of the iPhone 5 and iPhone 5C. Check out RMU Century Media tomorrow for updates.
The Heinz History Center has always been a hotspot in Pittsburgh. Here's Mike Funyak to give us one more tasty reason to love the museum.
There are many things that define Pittsburgh, one of them being Heinz Ketchup and the Heinz Company. Recently, the Heinz History Center, located in Pittsburgh Strip District, in conjunction with the Heinz Company, has opened up a new display.
On September 6, 2014, the Senator John Heinz History Center, located on the edge of Pittsburgh Strip District, opened its newest long-term exhibit showcasing the legacy of Henry John Heinz and the Heinz Company. Throughout the new display, History Center visitors will discover how Heinz started his own business from growing and selling produce from his mother's garden to a globally recognized company. Highlights of the new Heinz exhibit include a life-size statue of Henry John Heinz, a larger-than-life 11-foot ketchup bottle comprised of more than 400 individual bottles, alongside a display of more than 100 historic bottles that shows the evolution of Heinz products and packaging. The new Heinz exhibit offers visitors a unique opportunity to learn more in depth about the company's unique history and ties to Western Pennsylvania. When asked about the new exhibit, curator Emily Ruby had this to say.
I think what we wanted to really highlight was that it kind of started with him as a boy, his innovative spirit that really guided the company, and so that's why we wanted to start out with like a young form of him, kind of looking towards his future.
Since 1869, the Heinz Company has left a great legacy here in Pittsburgh and throughout the world. Visit the Heinz History Center and check out the new display that the Heinz Company and the Heinz History Center has put on, showcasing the legacy of this great company. Mike Funyak.
For more information on the exhibit, visit heinzhistorycenter.org.
Coming up next, many of you are setting your alarm clocks really early this semester. RMU Live's Delaney Hassel explains why.
Plus, shocking new evidence involving Baltimore Ravens running back Ray Rice and his elevator incident with his wife. We'll have the details next.
More on the Ray Rice situation, as NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell now has new evidence for the Ravens running back.
Now your forecast come up here telling you if we're going to have rain and also cooler temperatures on the way. Stay tuned.
Of course, I am here with Romo. How are you doing today, Romo? Great. All right, so Romo, just a few questions. How do you think the game is going right now for the Colonials? All right, on top of that, like, what do you think about the play of Paul Jones and his defense just demolishing Morgan State right now? All right, well, you heard it here first. Romo with his insight to the game. Back to you guys.
Be sure to tune in to Colonial Sports Center every Thursday, 9:30 p.m. on RMUCentralMedia.com and Channel 98 around the Moon Township area.
Romo, have you downloaded the app?
Roma, have you seen this app?
Hey, have you seen the app yet? No? All right, put it down. I'll show you what you can do.
All you have to do is install it, and it'll open up for you. My favorite part of it is the police blotter. Check this out. When you click into it, you're going to go right to the top left, and as soon as you click on it, everything will be there that you need, so you can stay safe.
Download the RMU Century Media app on the App Store. Roma likes it, and so will you.
The RMU student body just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Delaney Hassel has a scoop on how the school is working to accommodate the growing class sizes.
Many students and staff have wondered why 8 a.m.s have now become 7:45s. Due to an increase in freshman students and a lack of increase in classrooms, a simple change was made to make things a little easier.
With 42 classrooms not including labs, there is only a certain number of available time slots to put classes. By moving classes back by 15 minutes, possible slots for classes have been increased to 714. With these changes, the classes held at 4:40 p.m. to 5:55 p.m. run into some issues regarding traveling to other classes and other classes coming in.
I know one of the downside issues of the 4:40 class. The previous class ends at 4:35. Next one on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Next one starts at 4:40. Tuesday and Thursday, it's not too bad because that class ends at 4:30. They have 10 minutes. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they have 5 minutes to get to their next class. I know that's a problem.
Perry had suggested to move evening classes back by 15 minutes to grant extra travel time for students. This idea caused a problem with the 8-week courses ending at 9:55 p.m., which would then end at 10:15 p.m. Perry states that he doesn't believe that students would want to stick around campus that long.
Simply by moving classes back by 15 minutes, 84 possible time slots for classes have been created. This grants more flexibility for students and their schedules. From outside the Hale Center, I'm Delaney Hassel, RMU Century Media.
Thanks, Delaney. This is certainly one of the many changes to work with, changing the student body.
Interstate 79 was heavily delayed after a fatal two-vehicle accident. The accident happened at mile marker 67 near Mount Nebo exit. Police believe tires from a tractor trailer fell off the truck, hitting an SUV and another car.
The founder of the chain restaurant Chick-fil-A, A.S. Truitt, Kathy, has died at age 93. CNN reported the Christian conservatist being ill for some time prior to his death. Chick-fil-A posted on their website that Kathy died peacefully at home, surrounded by loved ones.
The United States military will begin aiding the response to the outbreak of Ebola in West Africa. So far, the virus has claimed the lives of 2,100 people in 5 countries. President Obama is calling the epidemic a national security priority. The president's statement comes after global health officials criticized world leaders for failing to organize a more robust response to the outbreak. If approved, Congress will provide $88 million to send more CDC personnel and equipment to West Africa, bringing the total commitment by the U.S. to over $250 million. Nearly 5,000 dogs in the Chinese city of Baoshan were killed by authorities after rabies claimed the lives of 5 people. In the past 5 years, stray dogs have been culled, making outbreaks in the country rare. However, dog ownership in China has been rising, and animal activists decry the practice. Municipal authorities vaccinated 100,000 more dogs in an effort to prevent future outbreaks.
The video of Baltimore Ravens player Ray Rice punching his fiancée and now wife has been posted to TMZ.com. Rice and wife Janae Palmer are shown getting into an elevator after exchanging words on February 15th. The elevator footage shows Rice hitting Palmer out cold, which causes her to hit her head on the elevator rail. Rice then proceeds to drag Palmer out of the elevator. The NFL announced stricter stances on domestic violence with 6-game suspensions on the first offense and an indefinite suspension on the second. Now, Jordan, what's coming up on the weather this week?
Coming up on the weather is going to be a beautiful conditions outside. We're going to be having some temperatures in the 60s and 70s, and we'll be seeing a lot of sunshine for the rest of the week.
And also coming up after the break, Antonio Brown becomes the Karate Kid, and the Pirates have a home run derby at Wrigley Field. All that and more after the break.
They come every week to spend time with my children.
you go.
At Robert Morris University, every student is expected to reach out to others.
They can teach them something no one else can.
Wisconsin.
They're role models to the children, and homework comes way before sports. Their grades have improved, and their lives are just a bit richer.
Okay.
What they do for my kids is truly wonderful.
Change someone's life. It changes yours forever. Robert Morris University.
I call them my lifeline.
Interesting, of course. I am here with Romo. How are you doing today, Romo? Great. All right, so Romo, just a few questions. How do you think the game is going right now for the Colonials? All right, on top of that, like, what do you think about the play of Paul Jones and his defense just demolishing Morgan State right now? All right, well, you heard it here first. Romo with his insight to the game. Back to you guys.
Be sure to tune in to Colonial Sports Center every Thursday, 9:30 p.m. on RMUCentralMedia.com and Channel 98 around the Moon Township area.
Welcome back to RMU Live. I'm Kristen Kudla here with your weekly sports wrap-up. This past Sunday kicked off the 2014 NFL season while the Pittsburgh Steelers opened their season at home. The Steelers battled against division rivals, the Cleveland Browns, and controlled the first half with a score of 27-3. But it was an Antonio Brown punt return that had the fans going crazy. After receiving the kick in the second, Brown dodged multiple defenders to find himself face-to-face with punter Spencer Lanning. In an attempt to hurdle the punter, Brown kicked Lanning in the face. Brown was then charged with a penalty for unnecessary roughness. The Browns then rallied to tie the game in the fourth quarter, but it was a Sean Sweesom 41 field goal that had won it over for the Steelers with a final score of 30-27. In baseball news, the Pittsburgh Pirates also played yesterday at Wrigley Field in Chicago against the Cubs. The Pirates came to play with a dominating performance and racked up a total of 19 hits during their stand, and 4 of which came from home runs. With a final score of 10-4, the Pirates surpassed the Brewers in the NL wild card and are currently 5 games out of first place in their division. Now, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for sports. Now over to our latest weatherman and new member to the team, Jordan. Jordan, how's weather?
It's going great. Thank you so much, Kristen. Guys, we can take a look, and we're going to be seeing temperatures currently right now. It's going to be 77 degrees. It is 77 outside right now. Temperatures are beautiful. We'll be having here's a preview. 70s this week. We'll be going to 80s by Thursday, and the cold front will be reaching us on Thursday too. So we'll be seeing rain on Thursday. Temperatures in the 40s by Saturday. Temperatures for tomorrow. Oops. Okay, we'll go with the 5-day forecast. Go to the 5-day forecast. That's fine. All right. For today, we're going to be seeing temperatures by 77 degrees. Beautiful conditions. For tomorrow, 79 degrees. We'll be going to the 60s overnight, a little bit warmer each night. By Wednesday, temperature 81. We're going to be getting warmer by Wednesday. A cold front's going to be coming through the area, and those temperatures are going to be increasing up. Now, you're going to be noticing humidity too creeping up. For Thursday, I have a chance for showers in there. What's going to happen is Thursday morning, we'll be seeing a chance of rain. Heavy showers possible throughout the afternoon, but then look at the temperature overnight by Thursday night, 45. Much cooler, and for Friday, a high of 63, very cool, a little bit below average, and temperature 45 for Friday night. And for this weekend, I'm taking a look, possibility of 40s and 30s overnight for the weekend. So if you're ready for fall, get those blankets out and get the fire. Go back to the news desk, guys.
Thank you, Jordan, for that awesome weather report. And from all of us here at RMU Live,
we'll see you next time.